Yo, what's up, my Wolfpack? Elf of the pack right here. And, bro, this video is completely last minute. Doing it, I didn't even know that I was gonna do this, okay? But I just read chapter 20 of Eden Zero. Bro, what's going on? What's going on in Hero's head? What's going on in Hero's head? Yo, what is going on with this man? Okay, alright. I'm gonna try to remember everything that happened. Every time I try to plan out what I say in a video, it never works out that way, and I usually end up forgetting something. I am going to try because I didn't even know I was gonna do this video originally. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember everything that happened. All right. So, in case you didn't know, I'm doing a review of Eden Zero Chapter 20. Okay. Look. All right. So, in Chapter 19. Rebecca and Rebecca and a bunch of other beekeepers got stolen. Now, we're starting off in the same place, all right? Chapter 20 starts off with Rebecca and the other girls locked up in this weird room, okay? And Rebecca's just sitting by herself and she's trying to figure out a way that she and the rest of the other beekeepers can escape, right? It's at that it's at that moment that Elegia, the frog, the weird frog dude, that's has this young beekeeper fetish. It's then that he shows up with one of his assistants, and he was all like, "Hello, ladies. Oh, I recognize quite a few of you. I recognize all of you actually." And one of the girls is all like, "Don't tell me you're just some fan that's taking this love too far," which is it's kind of funny, but not funny at the same time because there's so many people like that. Like I swear to God, you always hear stories about somebody stalking a famous celebrity or a big YouTuber, and I'm like, you don't got nothing better to do with your time, really, loser, yo. But anyway, yo. So uh, after that exchange, allegiants are like, "Oh, you girls are all quite lovely. I'm gonna have fun turning you all into furniture." And the girls are freaking out. They was like, "Turn us into furniture." And at that moment, the wall behind the girls opened up, and there's this girl. There's this naked girl on her hands and knees, and there's one of Allegia's men just hovering over her with a gun pointed at her, and the girl, the girl that's before one of Allegia's henchmen, she looks at Rebecca and the other beekeepers, and she's all like, "Please help me. I'll do anything. Just help me." And Allegia's henchman is all like, um, he's like, "Shut up, stand still, or I will kill you." And she freaks out and she listens. So she gets back into position, which she was like on her hands and knees. So she regains her position, and the dude fires the gun at her, and she like becomes frozen. All right, she turns into stone or wood or whatever, and Allegi's all like, "That's what's going to happen to all of you lovely ladies." And so, and I felt bad for all the girls, but I really felt bad for Rebecca because the way Hero drew her face, she looked terrified, and I felt so bad. I just wanted to help my girl, man. I want Shiki to hurry up and find Rebecca so badly so he could just kill all of them. So he could just kill Allegia and all of his henchmen. But it's not going that way, okay? Every time I think Shiki is gonna find Rebecca, Shiki and the crew are gonna find Rebecca, it doesn't happen. And I'm like, hurry up, hero, come on. But cause I'm so concerned for Rebecca. I really don't want anything to happen to her. But so when a girl gets turned into stone or wood or whatever, Allegia's are like, "That's just going to happen to all of you lovely ladies." And so the beekeepers start freaking out, and one of them is all like, "Please," a group of them is all like, "Oh, please let us go, please spare us." And Allegia's like, "Why? would I spare you? And then he snaps his finger. He snaps his fingers, and these weird bubbles like emerge from all around them, and they stick to him. Okay, and then the bubble starts melting off their clothes. I swear, in fairy tale, this would be considered like some kind of joke, okay? But I didn't think of like honestly, I was just like, what? I'm like, wait, I'm like, what is going on? Like, I wasn't laughing about it. Like, I was legitimately disturbed. I'm smiling and laughing now because I'm making a joke out of it. But it's reading a chapter, yo. I was like, yo, this is messed up. Because honestly, this is some real world stuff right here. This is something, not bubbles melting clothes or anything, but this is like people really do steal girls, you know, and like keep them locked up for whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, this is real messed up, you know. And you know, seeing Gills, like arriving on Gills, like in chapter 19, when we saw Gills for the first time, Planet Gills, like we already heard that it was a planet filled with that was filled with nothing but criminals and all this crazy stuff, you know. But seeing Gills for the first time, you saw dead bodies everywhere, my G. You saw destroyed buildings. I'm like, yo. So I'm like, I'm really wondering how dark this arc is gonna get. But so anyway, the bubbles melts the girls' clothes off, and you know, and all the girls are there. They're just freaking out and they're crying. And Rebecca's all like, "We will get out of here. I promise you." So then, after that, we cut to Eden Zero, the space battleship, right? The Demon King ship, you know, and Shiki and the crew, they finally arrive to Gilst. And E4, you know, that the witch android lady, the first star shine, she's all like, "Okay, everyone, you know, I would encourage you all to be careful because this planet is a hive of scum and villainy." So I'm like, okay, and there was this one cute scene with Pino and Wise because you know Happy was all tore up for from when he tried to save Rebecca, you know, protect her from getting stolen. And there was this one small scene where Wise fixed Happy, and Pino was all like, "You're a really nice guy, Wise. I want to thank you for fixing Happy." And Wise was all like, "I didn't really fix him. I just did a repair on his body. The me 50 years into the future would have done a better job." And Pino's just like, "Still, I want to thank you." And I thought that was really cute. Okay. So then, while Shiki, Pino, Wise, you know, because Happy got left behind and he was unconscious, he couldn't do anything. So Shiki, Pino, Wise, and Homura, the new chick that showed up last chapter, they're all walking through Gilst, and they're looking for Jin and his gang. You know, Jin, the android dude that Shiki fought last chapter. They're looking for Jin and you know the rest of his guild that kidnapped the girls. And Shiki, as Shiki's exploring, as Shiki looking around, he starts thinking about Rebecca. You know, and he gets like this sad expression on his face. And Wise is all like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "I'm just thinking about Rebecca, you know. She would have loved to saw this, you know. This place looks so cool." And Rebecca would have been all like, "Let's make a video," which is something Rebecca would say, you know, if it wasn't for the circumstances. But and Wise was all like, "She would do that on a planet filled with criminals." I'm like, "Shut up, Wise." But honestly, I'm starting to like Wise as more times goes on because I didn't like Wise before. I hate Wise, but this chapter made me kind of like him a bit. So, and Homura's okay. So after Wise says that, Homura was all like, "It sounds like you have quite the group of friends. You know, it sounds like you have nice friends." All right. So then, all right, the game continues, right, and they finally find the Jin's crew's hideout. I mean, apparently they call last chapter they was referred to as the logout, and now this chapter the evil group was referred to as rogue out. So I'm not really sure which one they're actually called. You know, maybe it was a translation error. I don't know. So, but they find rogue out's hideout. You know, the crew that stole Rebecca and the Beekeepers. You know, I think Jin's the well. One of the guys, you know, who got into an argument with Jin last chapter. So I don't think Jin is the leader of that particular crew, but I definitely feel like he's the strongest. Anyway, they find a rogue out hideout, which is a church, ironically, because like you hiding in the church and yet you doing all this messed up stuff. I'm like, really? Okay. So anyway, they're just chilling outside the doors of the church, and Hamore's all like, so what are we gonna do now? Are we just gonna charge in? And Shiki's like, that's what I want to do, which is very reminiscent of Natsu. And Wise all like, don't be an idiot. We don't know how many people are in there. And then Shiki just runs to the doors. Oh god. And okay. And Hamura follows Shiki in. And Pino follows them in. And Wise is all like, you idiots, I'm just gonna wait out here. Okay. And I'm kind of interested in the relationship between Wise and Hamura because he was the one to bring her to Eden Zero. So I'm kind of wondering what their relationship are going to develop into because I think he likes her 100%. I think he likes her. But so Hamura, Shiki, and Pino enter the church and the doors close. And then there's this giant statue, and she's all like, "What are you doing here? What's your purpose? Have you come to have you fun in the seek of fame, in seek of money? Have you come to confess your sins?" And then it's all like, "No, I know why you're here. I know your fate." And then out from the shadows emerge Sister, the second star shine. I'm like, the second witch of the 4-star shine. And I'm like, yo, we got to see Sister already. Like, I know they mentioned Sister multiple times throughout the past few chapters, but I didn't think we was gonna see her so quickly. And I'm like, yo, this story is moving on so quickly. Like it's only a matter of time before we got all four. And I think E4, the first witch, the first star shrine said that once all four star shrines are gathered, Eden Zero, the Demon Kingship, will get all of its powers, and then they will go meet Mother. I think that's what was said earlier. Because I'm like, yo, this story is moving by pretty quickly. Which is cool, but sad at the same time because I don't want the manga to end yet because I love it so much. And then when it ends, all they're left to do is wait for the anime. Please let this manga get an anime. Please let it get an anime. But Sister emerges, and she's not like, "Hello, I am the leader of Rogout, Sister," and that's where the chapter ends. Okay, it wasn't a cliffhanger, but I wanted it to keep going. The chapters are too short. Oh God! So we met Sister at the end. All right, and I think E4 said Sister was stronger than her. I'm not sure. E4 never leaves the ship, which I want and ask. Cause I remember she has to defend the ship. I remember now, but I kind of want her to lead the ship sometimes and to hang out with the gang. But that's besides the point. Okay, we met Sister. All right, and that's where the chapter ended. Okay, so my opinion, this chapter was pretty dark, pretty interesting, pretty cool. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 stars because I love this chapter. And now that Shiki and the crew are finally on Gills, I want them to hurry up and find Rebecca because I swear to God, if anything happens to her, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh, I feel so bad. I want her to be found. I'm like, if Happy was with her, she could use the guns and headshot niggas, but Happy's not with her. And they're early on, a few chapters back, Rebecca had ether gear for a moment, but then she lost it. So I'm like, give her ether gear back. Come on. So, but right now she can't do anything, and I'm like, I really want Shiki and the crew to find her. But yeah, man, I think I pretty much covered everything in this chapter. But yeah, man, I was so up in my feels with this chapter. Um, about sister making an appearance. If there's a fight that breaks out, I'm not sure if Shiki, Pino, and Moro will be enough to take her down. Because if I'm assuming there is a fight, because usually when a villainous type character appears at the end of the chapter, that usually means a fight's gonna break out. So I'm assuming they're gonna fight sister, but especially because she's the leader of Rogal. But if that happens, I don't think they're gonna be able to take it down easily. Like I could just picture Shiki and Homura just being tossed around and Porto El Pino just getting crushed. But I don't know. I'm not sure how that fight's gonna go if there is a fight. I'm pretty sure it'd be pretty one sided. I think the sister would be dominating, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So far, I have not been able to predict anything with this story. So maybe I'm wrong about the whole fight thing. Who knows? But what I do know, I love this chapter. Hero man, your writing has been godlike with this story. Keep it up, all right? The fan service can be turned down a bit, but keep up your godlike writing because it's been amazing, yo. This is why I said Eden Zero was better than Fairy Tail because as much as I love Fairy Tail, this story is so much more advanced, and I love it. So, right, it has the perfect amount of comedy, darkness, and action, and I love it. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. Peace out, my wolf pack. Your alpha as spoken. Like, comment, and subscribe. How do you guys feel about my first review? Did I do a good job? I hope I did. Let me know. Peace out, my wolf pack. Your alpha has spoken.